New at 5, surprising results after a 2-month Contact 5 investigation. We were able to uncover in the last year, at least 2,000 people have either lost their life or have been hurt after someone behind the wheel suffered a medical emergency. Contact 5 investigator Katie Legrone is live to explain why the medically unfit are being allowed to drive. Katie?
Kelly, there is no doubt a statewide program aimed at keeping medically risky drivers from roads like this one works, but we found cases where driver's licenses should have been revoked, but were not. The state essentially letting these drivers back behind the wheel where they did not belong.
21-year-old Hayden Breeze lived to tell.
I look over at him and he's having a seizure.
The moment before her 22-year-old boyfriend drove straight into a pond.
I look back and we're in water.
Across Florida, medical emergencies have contributed to more than 8,000 crashes in the past 3 years.
Being medically unfit is just as bad as being under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
But we discovered a statewide program created to keep the medically unfit from driving in Florida has hit some bumpy roads. The state called out in this 2013 audit for failing to timely revoke licenses from medically risky drivers who failed to prove they were safe behind the wheel. One driver deemed incapable of driving didn't get his license revoked for more than a year. The state blamed human error and vowed to fix with automated systems. But fast forward to this year, and another state report shows nearly the same problems.
And that's dangerous.
Orlando neurologist Dr. Ira Goodman serves on the state board that decides who's medically unfit to stay licensed.
Are you surprised at these findings?
No, based on the number of drivers we have.
Right now, the state is monitoring nearly 75,000 medically risky drivers. We can't tell you how often it fails to follow up on them. Medical records are private, which means our only insight into this issue is 2 state reports 5 years apart, but show similar problems.
It's the Dear David journal I wrote.
The night David Lemontagny seized behind the wheel, he never woke up.
Every time I miss him, I'll go on for pages sometimes.
Hayden knew of 2 prior seizures. The state won't tell us if it knew David's history or any other drivers whose medical story it can't afford to lose track of.
So here he lives in my thoughts, random memories, anything I feel. I want to say to you, David, I love you most.
And a spokesperson with the state tells us this latest review was actually initiated by agency leadership who recognized it had issues. Additional staff has now been added to the department to help improve oversight and accountability. Kelly, Shannon, back to you.
Katie, thanks very much. That was eye-opening as usual.
Absolutely.
With her reports.